What's up guys, it's Manga Time once again. I'm here today to bring you my review of Bleach 553 Frozen Cross. And I could frankly tell from the title when I first opened the chapter that it was not going to be a chapter I liked. Simple as that really. There's going to be quite a few facepalm moments during this review, so let's get on with it I suppose. So it starts off where we left off with Cang watching one of his wings fall off, right? And he has a little bit of blood. But I want to just point out now that what does this in any way have to do with Hollow's poisoning Quincy? Because all that's really happened is all we see is that he kind of loses his wings, and then he does eventually lose the Bankai. But how does that have anything to do with Hollow Reatsu poisoning Quincy's to the point of death? I'm quite glad that that wasn't necessarily the case. So what I presume happened was that Urahara gave them just enough poison to like impair the Bankai, I guess. No idea. And then Kangdu's surprised because he sees Toshiro getting up, and Toshiro's got his wing back, and he's also frozen his wounds. Oh, am I the only one who's sick of seeing Toshiro? I mean, for God's sake, he's like the only captain and Soi Fon that we've really seen for the last like 6 chapters now. And Cang says that my medallion is normal. Why is the Bankai coming back to you? What did you do? And obviously no one knows. And Toshiro says maybe Kyorimaru just wants to come back. I mean, that's not the case, but whatever. And then we see someone has like set up a little kind of, I don't really know what to call it, like a barrier, and it's actually BG9. He survived the explosion quite easily by the looks of things, and it's quite an interesting panel. This Soi Fon is lying really badly hurt on the ground, and he's kind of over her with all of his like weird kind of tendrils going into her, and I think he's like extracting data. He then notices Omaida, and he's like on the other side of a building, right? BG9 brings his barrier in and is like, do you still want to resist after your captain was defeated? I want to collect some data before she dies. Why? I don't understand. Like, oh, that's facepalm number 1. Why does he want to collect data before she dies? What is the point? And what data is he possibly collecting that he couldn't collect after she's dead? Right? Almeida says captain, and then somehow he's right next to her, putting the pill in her hand. Oh, facepalm number 2. What the fuck was BG9 doing to let Omaida get that close to her? And then he just stands there anyway. So basically, Omaida tells Soi Fon that you should be able to use your Bankai again, though the explanation was a bit complex, I didn't really get it. Rather conveniently, BG9 can't hear a word he's saying. He says that the explosion caused the sensitivity of his parabolic reflectors to lower. Can you please speak louder? And then suddenly, he loses the Bankai. And Soi Fon was listening to what Urahara said. She knows the Hollowfied Bankai impairs their bodily functions, basically. So then she summons Jakko Raiko Ben. And this kind of sucks, because I really thought that the ones who didn't use the Bankai would be exempt from losing it, but, you know, whatever. And BG9 doesn't understand why the Bankai returned to her, neither does she. But she does say a cool line. She says, get hit by it and try to analyze it. So she kind of like uses Omaida as an anchor so that she can fire it. Frankly, I cannot, in good faith, believe that Soi Fon currently has enough Reatsu to fire this thing. Because she's literally about to die. But whatever. So they fire it, and it like decimates the top of this building that BG9 is now standing on. So is he dead? I would be surprised, because you don't really die of an explosion in Bleach. That just doesn't happen. But this is the second chapter, like, now that BG9 has disappeared into an explosion, so Cang only has one wing left, and he jumps away. And he's like, don't underestimate us, we were we were trained to take hold of the Bankai after we stole it. So they've had a little bit of their own training. And we get to see some really cool fight scenes now, because Kangdu's awesome. And he's a great design. And that's why this chapter pisses me off even more. So Kangdu kind of flies towards Toshiro, and he swings one of his claws, and it sends a wave of ice to Toshiro. But the ice just, like, bounces off it because it won't attack itself, right? Fine, I can go with that. So Kangdu tries to plant a foot in Toshiro's face, but Toshiro blocks it with ice, and I just fucking hate the way Toshiro looks so, like, blasé about the whole thing. And then Kangdu, right, facepalm moment number 3, says, "Stop talking as if Bankai have a soul." He can't be serious. He literally can't be serious. Kubo is going out of his way to make Kangdu like a bloody retard. Because seriously, they've been watching the Soul Society for 1,000 years, and he doesn't know that fucking Bankai has a soul, right? And there's another reason this is so retarded. Last chapter, Kangdu was commenting on how the Bankai was alive with Toshiro. So, what the... Oh, God. Yeah, it's just... Like, Kangdu pulls off some cool martial arts, and he says that pantheism is not for me, whatever. And he tries to attack Toshiro again, but then Toshiro says, "Do you really think the Bankai don't have a soul?" And then someone says yes, so it seems. And then Hyorimaru comes and appears, and he looks pretty G. I presume this is the Hollowfied Hyorimaru, so it looks slightly different. But that's a very cool page. And Toshiro has like a kind of hollow hole in his eye. You know, he looks cool enough, but I can only take so much Toshiro. And now Kangdu doesn't have any wings, right? So basically, he then tries to attack Toshiro by doing this, and using a move called Shijin Zao, and like summon some snake face. But Toshiro just... I don't know. Apparently the cross-shaped flower is Hyorimaru's crest, and he's like comparing this to the Quincy Vandenreich symbol. And he just imprisons Cang in some colossal cross. And he, like, rather candidly says sorry for not making it into a pentagram. And that's the end of the chapter. So, yeah. I was sorely disappointed. I mean, it's another one of these chapters that is really going to depend on next week. Or, you know, just upcoming chapters in general. If Kangdu is dead, I will be so disappointed. I don't understand, like, Kubo's making out to be a complete moron. I don't know, I mean, like, it's really disappointing me, because the Quincy was supposed to have this massive threat level. Like, the first invasion, they kind of seemed to be a bit, like, they wouldn't mess around. But now, like, why didn't BG9 kill Soi Fon when she was right there? Why did he let Omaida get close to her? Why did Cang not kill Toshiro? Why did he start talking? You know, it's just typical. I think that's the problem. The art was good. The art was really nice. And I think the panel of the week is quite easy. It's Hitsugaya and the Hollowfied Hyorimaru. That looks pretty awesome. Disappointed. So disappointed. Like, I mean, I really hope that, you know, because Kangdu and BG9 are like two of the kind of main Quincy. Surely Kubo's not going to let Bambietta's bloody friends survive longer than those two, because they are just awful. But yeah, that's kind of it for the chapter, guys, really. Predictions for next week. I don't know, I hope Kangdu breaks out of it, because Toshiro is doing what he always does, and thinking the bad guy's dead. But, I mean, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. We still haven't seen Kangdu's Volston dig. I mean, why isn't Kubo showing them? I am kind of just thinking this is maybe a hope spot for the Shinigami. I mean, I have to admit that so far this is turning out to be exactly the same as Fake Karakura. Because this is exactly the same as when Hitsugaya throws Harabel and Soi Fon shot Barragan. And if both of them are revealed to be alive, like at the same time, it'll literally be exactly the same thing. But yeah, disappointed to say the least. BG9 will be fine. I really can't say about Cang though. I mean, I don't understand like how the Hollowfied Bankai really makes that much of a difference. I mean, Toshiro is fucked. How is he even still standing? I mean, like the fact that, but where the hell is Basby? Oh, I mean, like, why was he letting Cang get beaten up? Oh, I mean, I'm going to drop a 6 on this chapter. You know, I really didn't like it. I mean, it gets the artwork's good. The artwork's really nice as usual. But it just sucked. The score might go up depending on what happens next week and the next couple of weeks. You know, it's not like I want the Quincy to win, because I don't. From a storytelling standpoint, that would be ridiculous. However, it's just the fact that the tension is just slipping away so fast. Kubo's divulging back into a series of repetitive cliffhangers. It's like Fake Karakura all over again. And I just wanted more from the Quincy. That's kind of the issue here. So yeah. And like, why have the Quincy steal the Bankai in the first place? Not one of them, apart from As-Not, and he didn't even manage to kill him, has used it successfully against their opponent yet. And now they're already being taken back. So what was the point in that? There was no point. You know? So yeah. That's kind of it for the chapter, guys. You know, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this chapter. You know, is Cang alive or not? Well, what did you think? Just let me know what you thought. That's kind of it for this review, guys. I shall see you later for a companion video, but apart from that, catch you soon.